Good morning, crypto traders. All right, a subscriber asked me to do a video or technical analysis on UMA. So I have done that. Took me about 5 minutes. Just a simple chart here. Really easy to spot some patterns. All right, so first let's zoom out. And you can see over here on the 19th of July in 2020, I spotted an uptrend line. Looks like it's forming the bottom of a larger triangle. So let's zoom in a little bit, and sure enough, we can take two lines at the top. And why two lines? Because I like to have multiple hits on the top line. That tells me that is a pattern of resistance, a trend line for resistance. And so here we started this in February of this year. All right, started both of these lines here. And I drew this first line down here, and I drew it through some bodies of candles. And I did that because it provides a good area of resistance. If I'm looking on the chart, we really did not close above that line. We popped above it, and the next day we came down and went below it again. Same over here in May. We spiked above it, came right back down. So it never closed above that particular line. But I know that the market, everybody analyzes these things different. So I wanted to draw another trend line too to see where that would go. So I drew it again, starting the same place in the beginning of February, and went to the top of the body of these particular candles in April. All right. And then we spiked again over here in May, and that line coincides with that price movement. All right. So we have two tops, or I wouldn't say two tops. We have one top of a triangle and another trend line that we should be respecting for our future trade outs. All right. So then within the triangle, I quickly spotted this inverse head and shoulder and drew the neckline. Sure enough, we touched here. Looks like we're about to touch again in a day or two. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go right through that. It could look something more like this. We touch that neckline, come back down, touch it again, come back down till we finally break through. All right, but that neckline is going to provide some resistance. And therefore, if you're in this trade, you should respect that. That would be target number one if I was in this trade. And I know it's not much further than where we are right now. It looks like that 200-day could possibly bring us down first. We could just go through it into our neckline, but that 200-day, we still have not received confirmation on the daily. So tomorrow could be a down day, and we could use that 50-day to bounce back up. Not sure what's going to happen there, but keep your eye on that if you're in this particular trade. All right, but then what is the predicted future of price movement here on this trade? I suspect once we break out of this inverse head and shoulders, eventually that will give us enough power, enough of an aggressive bull move to break through the top of this triangle. And here's where we're going to break through and hit our first resistance at around $20. And I drew that because it looks like that is an area of support over here in May and preceding months. And also it looks, if we take the measurement from the neckline to the bottom here, that is our head, and approximate where we're going to break out, it takes us almost to that first level of resistance. All right. So that is why $20 looks to be a good level of resistance. I would take more profits at that point if I was in this trade. And typically when we break out of these triangles, as I've said before, we like to come down, kiss the top of that triangle goodbye before we do more price movement. So I would watch for that. If you exit some of your position here at the first level of first big level of resistance, then I would look for a re-entry down here somewhere, because it's potential that we do come back down. All right. And then re-enter that profit back in, or maybe you just re-enter your original position back in and keep the profit. That's up to you. It depends on how aggressively you want to trade this. And then we'll hit this again. And here's where you would take more profit. And we'll end up hitting our second level of resistance somewhere along the line. I'm not sure that it's going to play out exactly like this. This is just, this is just predictions. This is pure conjecture. I have no idea how this will play out. But at some point, once we hit that $24 mark, you would want to take more profit. That's another level of resistance. And our final target then would be this downtrending purple line. Wherever we hit that along the way, looks to be somewhere around $28, which, by the way, is exactly in line with the way the altcoin market in general is patterning. Everything looks like it's going to be doubling soon, and UMA is no different. All right. So questions, comments, put them in the comments section below, and give me a thumbs up if you like this content.